What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Put it on all so you can get notified of all of our latest blogs and latest things that drop on the channel. So let's get into this one. So there's been some news out lately. I did cover this in another blog. I don't know, it could have been about a year ago now. But back, I think must have been last year, some point 2020, maybe end of 2019, there was a lot of this talk about Andy Ruiz Jr. coming in to fight Chris Arreola. There was talk of that, I think, last year, and now this talk has kind of resurfaced, and apparently this fight is going to take place between Ruiz and Arreola in, I believe it's the month of May or something like that. It's either next month, April, or May, something like that. And apparently not only is it going to take place, it's going to take place on a Fox Sports pay-per-view. And yeah, that's it's one of them where you almost can't help but chuckle at it, because we know that Ruiz he's had a bit of good form against Anthony Joshua. The first fight, he boxed out of his skin, done tremendous damage to Anthony Joshua, inflicted the first loss on his record and everything, and he was flying high, made millions, bought loads of Rolls Royces, Bentleys, houses, mansions, all sorts of things. He was living a good life, came back, lost in a rematch to Anthony Joshua, and really and truly he kind of hasn't been seen much since. What I know of him, he's joined the Canelo team last year sometime, training with Eddie Reynoso, who's having very, very good success at the moment, with his super featherweight as well and all that. So he's with a very good team. Ryan Garcia's in there as well, joined up. So there's been clips of him training, some of him losing a bit of weight, and it's an interesting one. I think it's going to be just a straightforward beating by Andy Ruiz. As long as he's sort of been training and he's been keeping himself in half decent shape, he's going to batter Chris Arreola for my money, because Arreola's one of those guys that he's a workhorse and he's a bit of a gatekeeper. He's been around for forever, really. He's been around since the era of Vitaly Klitschko. He actually fought Vitaly Klitschko, and we know Vitaly, he retired, I don't know, you talking at least a decade or so ago. So he's really been around the block, and he's been around forever. Arreola was a prospect at one point, was a hope for. He was trying to become the first ever Mexican heavyweight champion back in those days, in the old Klitschko era. And Andy Ruiz is a boxer who's actually gone on to achieve that feat. But at the moment, Ruiz is, I guess, kind of been in a wilderness. So it's one of those where I think it's a bit of a cheat putting it on pay-per-view, because it's a fight that will provide action, because both guys are come forward, aggressive fighters. Andy Ruiz has got quite quick hands and stuff, so it will be explosive and stuff. So I think maybe for that reason, and it might be one of those where the guys at Fox, they might be more sort of tuned in maybe to the whole demographic, maybe the Latin American market. They might come out in droves and support this, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like a fight that should sell well, because Chris Arreola is basically, he's a shot fighter now. He hasn't really he's a guy that's kind of really at sort of the end of his tether. I mean, I can't recall the last time he won a fight. He did perform well against the Polish kid, what's his name, Kalinowski or something like this, Adam Kalinowski, that's his name. He performed well against that guy, and they had 1,000 punches or something in a fight and that. But he's one of those guys. He's getting on now. I think he's already 40 years old and that. So it's going to be a bit of a sort of knockover job or walkover for Andy Ruiz, in my opinion. I think it will have explosiveness, it will have action and fireworks, but it's one of those fights which is going to be, I reckon, completely and utterly one-sided in Andy Ruiz's favour. I don't think there's anything Arreola's really got left now at 40 years old that can really trouble a guy like Andy Ruiz, who's going to be fresher, and who, although Ruiz ain't fought in a long time either. I think he hasn't fought since that loss to Joshua. So even him, you're talking probably about a year out of the ring for Ruiz as well. So he might have a few cobwebs and a bit of ring rust himself, but I really can't see Arreola really even getting around in this fight or being remotely competitive. I think he'll be there. He'll be in Ruiz's face, but he won't be able to do anything with a guy like Andy Ruiz. Ruiz will just be far too good, too fast, and even after having this long of a layoff, I think he'll just be too sharp. And he might, as strong and tough as Arreola is, if Ruiz is anywhere near his best or anywhere near sort of on form, I think he could take out Chris Arreola. I don't think Arreola's really got anything in the tank anymore. I mean, he'll put up a fight, but he won't be able to do anything with Ruiz for my money. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I think it's a bit of a cheeky one for the pay-per-view, but it is what it is. Let them make their money. If they can sell it and it sells well, good luck to them. They definitely deserve their money and whatever, you know. So good luck to him on that one. And yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Till next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out. Catch you on the next one.